to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. That's Nettie Liddell.
And that's Brett Chapin.
We are talking to the amazingly talented cast of The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, playing right now at the studio stages. For information on that show, go ahead and go to www.plays411.com/Judas. And if you have any questions for our talented cast, give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. And look at that, someone's calling already. We have Cindy on the line from Wisconsin. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, how's it going?
Cindy, are you calling to fire me right now because I'm tongue-tied?
You're doing great.
Oh, we love you. Okay, what's up, Cindy?
Good. We're in beautiful Wisconsin. Not as beautiful as California.
Is it treating you well?
Oh, it is.
Good, good. What kind of questions do you have for our guests today?
Well, I was just observant. I remember Tommy from Wisconsin, and he was in a couple of plays. Pretty minor, a little small town, but I'm so excited for him. And I just was curious what helped him get into character for this new role.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if you come out and see the play, I don't know if you'll come out to L.A., but basically to help me get into character, I mean, for the entire 3-hour show, Judas is in a catatonic state. He has about 4 scenes, and the last scene is pretty emotionally intense. And to stay in character, I pretty much just think of something disparaging, because as an actor, you should always genuinely feel whatever you're portraying. And so, yeah, pretty much to stay in character, I make sure to keep something disparaging on mind.
That is hard. That's great. It's hard, though. Good job.
Cindy, do you know anybody in the Los Angeles area that would like a couple of tickets to The Last Days of Judas Iscariot? Because we have 2 for them.
I think maybe a guy named Dylan, perhaps.
I love it. Brett, what kind of a question is that?
Well, because maybe she can have Dylan call us before the end of the show, and we can give him 2 tickets.
Dylan.
How funny. Dylan happens to be my cousin who's in the station right now.
I'm not sure if he's able. Yeah,
Maybe
I wasn't sure.
Cindy,
it's been a while.
talk to Aaron about it. Maybe you guys will figure something out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Good luck, you guys. Everybody in the play. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks
Cindy.
for calling, and thanks for listening, Cindy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So is it really difficult thinking of disparaging things?
Oh, it's a challenge, especially since, all the crew, all the cast in the backstage, we usually like to mess around with each other, and there's a lot of laughter. So it's right before the show, I take about, 2 minutes to really just get there, to get into character.
You know what I think is actually like the coolest thing about you guys is that this is such a contemporary piece. This was actually written in 2005 by an American playwright, Stephen Adly Guirgis.
Stephen Adly Guirgis.
That's right. That's right, Summera. That is correct. And it was first staged off Broadway at the Public Theater in 2005, directed by Philip Seymour Hoffman, which is, everybody respects him and loves him and everything. And Eric Bogosian was in it and all that.
Sam Rockwell, too.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You portrayed Judas.
And he was awesome.
So this is contemporary, this is new. Like the playwright's living alive, got something to say, and I think that that's really important for theater these days at this time. Do you guys agree? I mean, theater that's already been written a long time ago is important as well, but...
Well, theater should always evolve, and it's important to always bring new stuff. So anytime there's a contemporary piece, like, it was 6 years ago that it was originally brought. Even now, there's new plays, but you've still got, theater should always evolve. So it's important to always be writing, always to be adding stuff.
Yeah.
Would you guys give, the show is listened to by a lot of people who are thinking about coming out to LA and pursuing their dreams of being in the entertainment industry. Would you give them any advice? And if so, what would it be?
Well, my advice would be just to remain committed to the craft of acting. If you're committed to the idea of moving out here to Los Angeles for whatever pursuit that you want, you have to be committed to the craft, because you will either not succeed or you will succeed, whatever your definition of success is. And if you don't have that 100% commitment to the craft of acting, this city will tear you apart.
Yeah, and I would second that. I would even go in to say, make sure you always remember what you're doing and what it's about. if possible, try to remember that it isn't about getting on magazine covers or getting on MTV or getting great movie deals. It's always stay focused on your craft and on acting, but more so on the fact that you are an artist and that you're telling stories. I feel like so many people come out to LA and they get torn apart because they just want to make it on Vogue magazine, or they just, they want to make it to Broadway, but they don't even think about the fact that they are artists and that they need to work on their craft, just as a painter works on their craft.
Yeah, there might be 1 or 2 steps before the Oscar. Just 1 or 2.
Also,
1 or 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, don't give yourself too strict of a deadline. The market is always changing in Hollywood all over the country. So if you say you're going to move here for 5 years, give it a shot, and you don't succeed to whatever your level of success is, it could be very discouraging. So if it's 1 or 2 years, it took Steve Carell 20 years to really get to where he's at. So you should never really have any deadline like that.
True.
But I would also say be honest with yourself, because, if you've been out here 5 years and it's not happening, is it not happening for a reason? Maybe this just isn't the business for you, and it would help everybody out if the competition was smaller. So
Always be open to criticism.
yeah.
Yes, and laughter. Definitely. Be able to laugh at yourself.
Tommy Lee Kirby, Summera, Howell, and Danny Campbell, the cast of The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, playing right now at Studio Stages. For information, visit plays411.com/Judas.
And we can't wait to see it. So we'll see you guys soon.
And we're going to be talking to Ray Holdridge and Nicole Joor from that same play when we come back on La La Land with Brett and Nett on CRN Digital Talk.